SNL's Colin Jost and Michael Che mocked Donald Trump's tariffs U-turn in Weekend Update skit. Saturday Night Live's Weekend Update co-anchor Colin Jost kicked off the latest episode with a segment mocking Donald Trump's U-turn on tariff policies. Jost quipped that Trump had spent the past week trying to rescue the economy from the disastrous policies of whoever was president last week. They played a supercut of Trump discussing tariffs endlessly, with Jost saying hearing the president discuss the taxation was like listening to Bubba Gump talk about shrimp. The skit was based on Trump's partial pullback of his recent blanket tariffs policy, which has so far seen a 25% tax imposed on imported vehicles that went into effect on April 3rd. Trump unveiled a raft of new tariffs after he repeatedly threatened reciprocal dollar-for-dollar tariffs on nations that levied duties on the U.S. on a day he billed as Liberation Day. When markets began to nosedive, Trump announced on Truth Social on Wednesday, April 9th, that there will be a 90-day pause on reciprocal tariffs while hiking other duties on China to 125%. Co-host Michael Che parroted Trump's reaction to the tariffs fallout, in which he said, "Sometimes I have to take medicine." To which Che said, "Yeah, but this feels like we took a whole bottle of medicine with a glass of vodka and laid in a warm bath." Che also drew reaction from the crowd when he said, "It was reported that Elon Musk personally appealed to President Trump to stop his tariff plan, and it worked. The stock market went up like this," he said, as a picture of Musk doing a Nazi salute on stage at Trump's inauguration in January appeared on screen. The sketch opened with Mikey Day as Jesus, recreating the scene from the Bible in which Jesus visits the temple in Jerusalem and expels the merchants and the money changers for their actions. James Austin Johnson then entered as Trump, saying, "Remind you of anyone? I also got rid of money last week, but instead of one temple, I did a whole country." The skit marked the second consecutive week that SNL has mocked Trump, as Johnson appeared in last week's episode to satirize the president's rollout of a new policy. Last night's episode also featured an Easter-themed scene, only for Donald Trump, played by James Austin Johnson, to jump in and compare himself to Jesus. Johnson appeared on stage in character as Trump, wearing a royal blue suit and red tie, saying, "You know, many people are even calling me the Messiah because of the mess I made out of the economy, or because of my beautiful tariffs. So beautiful, they were working so well that I had to stop them," he continued.